Wolff returned to racing in his 40s. "I wanted to test myself. Could I have made it?" he explained. He finished second in the Austrian Rally Championship. In Dubai, he won a 24-hour race. In the spring of 2009, he set out to break the lap record at the Nordschleife, the Nürburgring's North Loop and longest sector. Following Lauda's disaster, the track was removed from the Grand Prix circuit. The Nordschleife is over 13 miles long and features around 170 turns. A GT vehicle, the most powerful road car, set a lap record of 7 minutes and 7 seconds. In 1975, Lauda drove a slightly longer version of the loop in a Formula 1 vehicle in 6 minutes and 58 seconds. Wolff's friends cautioned him not to do it, and Lauda, whom he had got to know, told him it was a waste of time. On a warm-up lap on April 15, 2009, Wolff beat the record by 5 seconds. He was driving a blue Porsche 911 RSR at the time. He could feel his tire slipping. "This is when I broke my rule and took a calculated risk," he explained. "All the electricity on," he said emphatically. "All the weird stuff." Wolff's right rear tire blew out on the foxhole compression portion. At 179 miles per hour, the vehicle collided with a steel railing and careened down the track for more than 200 meters. Wolff can be seen calmly turning off the engine, loosening his harness, releasing the steering wheel, and jumping out of the automobile in the video. He straightened his back, he removed his gloves, walked over the rails, and collapsed. In the ambulance, he regained consciousness. He was suffering from a serious concussion and a shattered vertebra. Wolff's olfactory nerve was severed as a result of the accident. For 6 months, he couldn't smell or taste. He was 37 years old at the time. "That's the moment where I realized that I was not intelligent," he said. "You deserve that outcome," Aufrecht told Wolff. Aufrecht barred him from racing again. Susie was competing in the German Touring Car Championships at the time, driving a Mercedes. She'd spotted Wolff a few times on the road, but they'd never talked. When word of Wolff's accident reached her, the other drivers on her squad recommended she phone Wolff, part owner of HWA, on their behalf to wish him well. Wolff was just divorced. It was supposed to be a 10-minute call that lasted an hour, Susie said. They've been married since 2011. 7 months after the tragedy, Wolff became a Formula 1 investor, purchasing a 16.6% interest in Williams Grand Prix Engineering. Williams, a British squad managed by flamboyant veteran manager Frank Williams, had been a pioneering force in the sport in the 1980s and 1990s. Wolff's function was financial, but he enjoyed the buzz at the paddock, which was governed at the time by an older generation of garagistes, as the Europeans called them, primarily British, mostly self-made, mostly egotists. Williams, who was paralyzed in a car accident in 1986, Ron Dennis, McLaren's owner and team principal, Eddie Jordan, an Irish karting champion who put Michael Schumacher, the great driver of the 1990s and 2000s, in a Formula 1 car for the first time, Max Mosley, the long-term president of the FIA, and the son of British fascist Oswald Mosley, and Bernie Ecclestone, a marketing genius who controlled Formula 1's commercial rights from 1978 to 2017. These were larger-than-life figureheads, Wolff added. "I'm caught between these two, but in some ways for a long time it was beneath the radar." In a sport rife with grudges and treachery, Williams' senior executive at the time, Adam Parr, observed Wolff's talent for avoiding conflict. "You put a stone into that pond, and it reverberates for decades," Parr said. Parr resigned in March of 2012. Williams, who was approaching his 70th birthday, asked Wolff to assist him in running the squad. Wolff remembered it was a vacuum. On racing weekends, people looked to him for the first time. "I could feel them chasing me with such an energy," he added, "and I was attempting to return the energy." Pastor Maldonado, a Venezuelan, won the Grand Prix in Barcelona in May, Williams' first victory in over 8 years. Susie was already on the squad as a test driver at the time. On the beach, she and Wolff celebrated with tacos. She said, "Remember this moment. We're Grand Prix winners for the first time." That summer, Wolff received a phone call from Wolfgang Bernard, who was on the board of Daimler, Mercedes-Benz's parent business. If you want to be a P1 in Formula 1 news, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.